Welcome back, y'all. It's another year.
We bite.
Yo, you know what it is. Yo, go ahead.
Y'all sound so crazy
No, man,
right now. Y'all acting like,
I mean, how we supposed to sound?
man, y'all can't, man. Listen here, man. We gotta get right.
Hey, man, we been gone for what? How many?
Too
how
long.
Many we been
Groove
gone?
thing.
I thought we were supposed to
You
just
know,
take a vacation, and y'all
know what
niggas
I'm
went to
saying?
lunching.
I'm trying to get back in
Oh,
the
we
groove
went to
of things.
lunch.
Y'all went to lunch.
Yeah,
We
you
was
was
gone
eating
for
too.
two
Yeah.
holidays.
Hey, y'all took the black people lunch. Y'all ain't do y'all 30 minutes and come right back. Y'all did the
Hey, like JB said, we was going for 2 holidays.
Hey, my
Three.
My lunch
New
start
Year's
when
too.
I take the first bite.
yeah. It is done when I put up my trash and use the bathroom.
That's for real, man. For real.
All right, y'all. We welcome y'all back to the Petty Lives Matter Season 2.
My man.
It feel good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I missed you guys.
We talked all the time, every day.
I ain't
But
gonna do
I-
it.
No, not really, because I had to catch up. I had
you
been
did.
going
You
through
took a
some
little
stuff.
break. You took a
Yeah, I had to
sabbatical.
catch up. I had to
Take
catch up with all that
sabbatical.
shade y'all was throwing around there, man.
Woo!
Yeah, somebody told me you would have got a BBL. I was like, I thought he already had one.
So that's what he did over the break. That's what he did over the break. BB.
Wow.
Okay.
Your leggings look real good. Too bad they can't see them, Dane.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, though. It's okay. It's okay.
You said it took real good.
I said they look real good. I said they look real good. That's what I
Say
said.
pause.
I mean, y'all already know. I got love for y'all. You know, ain't no pause in that.
Who are you?
Nobody.
Who are you, dog? What's your
Hey,
name?
This is Kersan, y'all.
This big Chuck, yo.
this big Dame, a.k.a. Mr. Cut You Off, because my point is more important than yours.
You don't put the remix on it,
He
ain't
did,
it?
he did. But you stole the big game, so don't worry
My
about it.
bad.
This
I
is-
see you listen to the first one.
This is JB, a.k.a. Pedal Levert. I think I'm going to give up the Uncle Stepdad. I want to grow up this year.
What you gonna do, dog?
What?
You gonna do, dog?
We'll figure it out.
Season 2.
Hey, you know what though? I'm a side note to that because I've been reading his statuses.
Yeah.
He sounds like he finna try to change his life.
Nah.
Nah, you gotta read the text message.
I do.
You gotta read the text message.
Hey,
dog.
you ever seen the dude get mad because another dude wife won't answer the phone when she's supposed to? How you get mad?
Yeah.
Belong to both of us.
See him?
Oh, okay. I got yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hey. Boy,
What's new, man? What we missed?
We missed a lot, man.
What's
It's been
going
a lot.
on?
There's a lot of stuff happening, man. I'm talking about a lot of stuff.
All right, let's do it like this. We're
Yeah.
going to start with JB. We're going to start with Eddie Levert over there. And we're going to see.
Eddie?
Yeah, you know he got that deep voice. You ain't hear how deep it was this time. He been practicing that.
You sound like a hater, dog.
Hey, we going to do this. What was the one thing that happened over the break that when you first saw the thought of it, you was like, boy, we need to talk about this in the group?
Matter of fact, I just posted it the other day. There's you know, Chuck say he's sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
He
Well,
trying-
go ahead. What you just talking
He's
about?
trying to act like
What you talking
know
about?
what I'm saying he's special, but Pastor Mike Todd, man, they I don't know. You got a chance to look at the video?
I did watch the video. I don't know exactly what I was looking at.
I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to see it, but I did see the apology post that he did.
Yeah. So
Hell with
so
all that.
basically, you know, I guess my I got a question, but afterward. But basically, he was talking about the Bible story in the Bible of Jesus spit and all this other stuff, and this man hot spit in his hand. I mean, thick white spit, and wiped it all in his dude eyes and his face and everything.
And
Right
why he
inside
talking
the
about
church.
it? He talking about it can get nasty. And hey, man, listen, dog.
The money, that preacher money good, but it ain't that good.
He tried to add it in to his word, but I guess my issue with that is, you know, it's COVID for one. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like it's for real. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? COVID.
Facts.
And not. I guess it bothered me more the guy that let him do it. They said it's his brother.
His little brother, yeah.
Me and Chuck tight. Me and Dave.
Hey,
tight.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Kersan clothes tight. But I don't care how tight the stuff is. I ain't finna let nobody put no spit in my face.
Say, what we not finna do.
Wait,
Go ahead.
wait.
I ain't gonna even let you
when he
even
said
move
it,
past
when
that
he
point.
said it, when he said it, Q looked
Yeah.
at him. Q looked at
Yeah,
Kirk.
look at,
I didn't catch that.
what he did was he looked
catch
around the
that.
room to see if he could find out who Kirk
Yeah.
Son was.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
just
listen.
by word.
So what
Go
we
ahead.
not gonna do?
But I ain't saying that right. Look at
No.
you.
I'm just saying. Listen, what we not finna do? What we not finna do in 2022 is act like you ain't been riding that damn bike trying to lose some weight, so you can come in here and talk about the rest
My
of
dog
us.
been losing weight, dog.
I
You
mean,
think he been posting a bunch of
Their
pictures
head ain't got
lately?
no smaller though.
That's all right. That ain't changed. You know, I enjoy riding my bike.
I'm impressed at how you keep that damn bike upright
Yeah, it's about.
Because it's been windy lately.
I'd explain,
banana
I'd
seat,
explain
dog.
it to you,
That banana seat.
later, dog. It's
Okay.
about,
Hey,
you
but
gotta
let me
have
tell
a
you
low
something.
center of gravity. You know what I'm saying?
But back to the
Go ahead, right to the story,
back
dog.
to the subject.
yeah.
I love my brother, but if he spit anywhere near me,
I think that's one of the nastiest
We got a
things you could
problem,
ever do to
dog.
somebody. But I understood what he was trying to do, but he failed,
miserably.
miserably.
If
And
you wanna fight,
like I
just say
said, you
that.
look at the apology, he was, whatever.
Nah, man. When is there a line between faith and stupidity?
If you want to fight, just say that.
It
No, I don't
is.
wanna
We ain't
fight,
got to
dog.
go through all that.
No.
know,
What you
spitting
mean?
is one of
He-
the-
That's what
he
I'm
ain't spit
saying.
on him. He can't. What he man?
No,
what
but
the
I'm
man-
saying,
if that
if-
man-
no, I'm just
No, he
saying
didn't.
though. But that's what you do when you spit on somebody. You might as well just say.
That's one of the nastiest things. I'd rather somebody
Yeah,
slap me than to spit on
but
me.
it was the
Facts.
intent too.
I don't
Though,
know
like
about
the
that
man
either.
wouldn't and spit on him.
You might be able to
trying
steal
tell a
off on
story.
me and punch
That was
me,
the
but
nastiest
slap?
thing ever, though. That was nasty. He should have never did that. We done seen worse. You got dudes riding through churches on horses and stuff, swinging on,
Flying
going
in the
zip
sky.
lining and stuff to tell a story, man. I mean, we just got to keep
The
it
zip
simple.
lining ain't worse though.
No,
I
no.
seen it come in, flying through the church, but that
It's
ain't.
the
I did see the dude.
No.
I did see the dude
No.
flying through the church. That was
Okay,
just like
so
some
when
over the top stuff.
when you leave, is that showed you? Does that make you closer? Did you learn a lot more? The story don't change. It's still gonna be what it is.
You're right.
So
So I'm saying it's not
if
worse
that-
than the spit.
Dog, these dudes multi-million-dollar mega pastors, dog. You could have put an
Facts.
illustration on the screen and showed
Facts.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like I
You
said,
coulda paid some
the
actors.
story doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
still what it is, and he probably done preached that 1,000 times if he's been in.
So
you know what I'm saying?
let me ask
Ministry
y'all
excellent
that.
work.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think when he was practicing that sermon, he thought that it was going to turn out a different way? How did he even
I
think
don't-
that was going to go? Man?
First, I don't know too many preachers that be practicing.
they be
sermons.
practicing. They be
I
practicing.
mean, I like the dude, so I'm probably gonna be biased in that situation. But
I was gonna say,
I
if
just
you
I
get up
just
there
see
with
where
an
that
iPad
can
and
get
preach, practice your sermon.
crazy because you're trying to be visual, but the Bible say the simplicity of the gospel. You don't have to do all of that extra junk. You don't have to do all of that.
God
Just
gonna
keep
take us
it.
to church.
Just keep. I'm just saying we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna have to. Whatever.
know how
But
they
you know what
put
I'm saying.
that
But they
first-
say the simplicity of the gospel, so it don't make it all of that. Sometimes some people need that, bro. But if you've been in the church long enough, you don't need that demonstration. Like
What
if you
You
know a
do
little
if it's
bit.
a game for you.
But what
though.
if you been in there?
No, I don't think it's a game for him. I mean,
I think it's a job like anything else. I don't think people are called to preach anymore. I think they know these mega preachers. I don't think a lot of these mega preachers are called to preach. I think they saw a hustle and they figured that they was more theatrical than the next nigga, so they decided to get in that hustle.
I agree.
That's
I
just
agree
what it
with
is.
that. I agree with that.
And that's why I think we get a lot of this loose
I
stuff
don't
that
think
go on.
all of them are. I think what happens is that because of that level they are, that the simple stuff just ain't enough anymore to them. It seems that way.
God always enough.
Exactly. That's the way it should be. So it becomes a show because now you're trying to not one up or just to be, you know what I'm saying? It's a moment. Just like everything else you see. It's becoming they're instead of you converting or you conform, you're conforming instead of conforming.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's pretty much entertainment at this point.
I mean, in some cases, that right there was in this social media age. Just imagine, again, we talked about this before. A lot of the stuff that we didn't see that we see now because of social media, because of phones, because it was probably way more worse. We done seen whips in the church and all kind of crazy junk lately. You know what I'm saying? What y'all said something about kissing somebody? Who said something about
Hey, the
kissing?
church done turned
No.
into WWE, man.
No.
Oh
man.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Scripted.
The old boy punched dude in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
Punched
yeah.
him
That's the
in
one I
back.
thought you
What was
going
the
with, though.
backstory to that though?
Man,
I ain't heard.
I don't know what the
Too.
backstory was, but I know that's the definition of on site.
Facts.
You remember Five said?
think he might have been in
Five.
somebody's inbox or
Remember
something.
Five said, "Real, so you gotta have that
Hey.
pistol on you, don't." I mean, that's why.
Hey,
But you
Teddy,
never know. And then the crazy part about that, dog, because of stuff like we just talked about with Mike Todd, the stuff that are coming. Oh, I bet he was messing with his wife. I bet
Hey.
it just.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you should have seen the way that lick came. I'm with Petty on that. That's a DM. That's a DM hit.
Hey, but
I mean, we don't know. We
Yeah.
can all assume anything.
But after
You know what I'm
he
saying?
hit
We
him,
was
they
just
went-
at the picnic together,
Hey, after they
praying.
hit him, after he hit him, they went off camera. All you see is the person standing on the stage. What they were saying, Darnell. Darnell.
We can't do that in here.
Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
Look at
We
you.
can't do
Marcus
that
was
in
whooping
here.
him, boy. It whooping him decent.
Somebody will mess with somebody old lady, or somebody sold somebody some Reggie, and usually the drummer be the one that be
Hold
sold.
on, Reggie.
The drummer said, "Reggie, dog."
Yeah, one of my dogs.
Five, you a Reggie? Never mind. Hey, but you a
Wait, the
drummer?
drummer said Reggie.
He said
Come
one of
on,
my
man.
dogs.
Hey, y'all acting like y'all don't know the culture. typically in the church,
Uh-huh.
dude on the drums,
Uh-huh.
selling that loud.
So what the choir
No,
director do?
no.
I'm
Go
not-
ahead.
I'm
Let him
not-
finish,
Oh,
dog.
wait a minute.
Let him
No,
finish, though. Let him
never mind.
finish.
I'm not. You know what?
Typically,
Yeah,
he
I'm
said
not doing that.
typically.
Don't do it.
And then the choir director usually, you know what I'm
There we
saying,
go.
be a little different, but they
I
make
did
that
that.
choir sound.
So when
good.
you
I
say
did.
different,
I did
The
that.
rest be broke.
Eddie Long, Eddie
The
Long,
rest be
Eddie
broke.
Long different.
Eddie Long different.
I got
If
5 rocks
If
different,
it,
and I ain't throwing one.
if
See,
it's,
y'all want to get into it, but it's the whole judgment thing. You know
I
what I'm
did
saying?
that. I took us to that.
You
matter
did.
of fact- Matter of fact,
And I
speaking of
apologize
that,
for that.
it's all right.
It's all right. We here
Yeah,
now.
I'm not apologizing to y'all.
He told- look,
But we
he
here
told-
now.
He told you finna have this conversation.
But we here now.
I'm not apologizing to
One of
y'all
my
at
homeboys
all.
made a
I'm
post
apologizing
today,
to
and
y'all.
He talked about how kids and stuff get molested in the church. I remember we talked about that before, and how parents just send their kids there. They don't think nothing of these pastors, these preachers, and all this other stuff.
Right.
And it's true. You know what I'm saying? You get like we talked about last season, where they want to protect. Oh, don't say nothing. Don't
Oh,
call
well,
the
they gotta be
police
held
on them and
accountable
all this
too.
other stuff. Hold them accountable for the stuff that they got on.
Yeah.
As far as the alphabet community, because I don't know the proper term. I don't want to cause no problems, but typically,
LGBTQ.
the church focuses more on that. You're worried about what people are doing, unless this said person is directing the choir. If they're directing the choir, you making this choir sound
Or the youth
good,
ministry.
and it's bringing people into the church to pay these tithes.
You
and
gotta have a
offerings.
certain kind of bop
It's okay,
to direct the choir.
right? It's okay.
Just leave
You
it
know
at
what I
that.
mean?
I
Just
hate
leave it
y'all,
at that.
dog.
No,
You
but
gotta have-
crazy part is, dog. Speaking of that, you ever saw Sinbad, Afros and Bell Bottoms?
Nah,
The
I don't think I
old
have.
stand-up comedy, Afros and Bell Bottoms.
That's
He
the
was
one when he
talking
tried
about
to sneak in the house and
and
everybody-
the sidewalk was creepy.
yeah.
He was talking about that, how it was even crazy because he was talking about in the 70s how that crazy uncle you tell him stay away from matches or lighters and keep the kids away from him.
Yeah.
Like he said it in a joke and he never said that part of it. But I would listen to it today. I was like, wow, and I said, oh, that's kind of crazy
Nothing
that it was
anyone
true. That's what we
said.
talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. What you got? So what you want to talk about, Dane? What's
We're gonna move right along.
No, we ain't moving along. Let's
No,
talk
we
about
moving
the-
on. We
No,
on
I
that,
ain't talking
Dan.
about that. I'm talking about
No, what I'm saying is my topic is more current. It's not what
that was yesterday.
That wasn't yesterday. About 3 to 3.
No,
Anyway,
no.
we can talk about
It happened Sunday.
we can talk about
Monday.
these officers that just got indicted. Let's talk about that. These officers
Georgia.
that shot. No, not that one. The officers that shot this 8-year-old girl. This 8-year-old girl that got killed. These police officers that got indicted. So the little backstory behind it is they show up to the scene. There's an active shootout going on. The police start shooting into the crowd. They actually started shooting in the wrong direction and into the crowd. Actually hit the 8-year-old girl. The 8-year-old girl dies. Initially, the 2 teenagers that was having the shootout were charged with a murder. But after investigation and everything was done, they dropped the charges of murder against the 2 teenagers. And they got these, I think it's 3 or 4 police officers that they charging with a murder. My question to y'all is, how do y'all think that should have played out? Who should have been charged?
Everybody. So they got that rule here in Florida that I
Yes,
thought
sir.
I thought it was a game. So this is
Hold
what I
on,
tell
before
people.
you say that though, where was it at?
That's a
Are
good
these?
question. I'm gonna find out exactly.
Yeah, find out where it was.
at.
But I think when they started that rule in Florida, like we always talk about, not being political or whatever. We always talk about the president of the United States and who gonna be the senator. We really need to be on top of these local people because
We just said that last night.
yeah, we was talking about
last
that. We got to be on top of the local situation because a lot of times they pass these little mandates with the disguise that they are to be better, and they wind up only affecting only a short community of people.
Oh, like your girl. What was the girl with the 10-20 life?
Yeah,
What was her name?
Marissa Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a little. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Don't talk about it.
I'm not. I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving
Don't
it
you
alone.
do that?
No,
I just said I'm
talking-
leaving it alone.
I'm talking about the lady that was on the law that had everybody messed up with the 10-20 life.
Oh,
we talking about
With a crime.
the district attorney.
Yeah, the district
You talking about the
attorney.
one when she came
Corey.
in?
Give a million years.
Angela Corey. Angela Corey.
Yeah.
The one who fumbled the Trayvon Martin case.
It was in Pennsylvania, y'all. It's in
It was in Pennsylvania. Okay.
She gonna give a million years before she
Yeah.
left office.
So in Florida, and I know because I got homeboys that went through it.
Ain't none of us.
No.
Go ahead.
He changed his life. He said
These
that
boys,
last
hey
season.
man, yes sir, I did.
Hang around.
They went in and robbed the AutoZone. Though. I don't know what they thought they was gonna get out of AutoZone.
It's some money in AutoZone. One of my homeboys used to work at an auto parts shop. We ain't gonna talk about that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he used to sell stuff out the back door. But
No, I did not.
I was talking about my other homeboy. I wasn't talking
No, I
about
did not.
I wasn't talking
I ain't
about how you had
about you.
Wolverine working for you.
Hit dog a holler.
Wolverine.
No, I didn't. I ain't
Hit
with
dog
that.
a holler.
Shout out to
No, I
Wolverine.
didn't.
We still
No, I
looking for you,
didn't,
bro.
dog.
Boy, we need you, Wolverine. But listen, so they went in there to rob
I
the
had Johnny
auto.
working for me. Go ahead.
They went in there to rob
Johnny
the
was working at the pawn
AutoZone.
shop?
Hold on, bro.
Oh, my bad.
So they came out. They came out of AutoZone and started shooting at the police. Police shoots back, kills one of them. They charged the one that lived with his friend's murder.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this to say that I think everybody should have been charged.
With
Them-
murder or
Well, the police got to at least get negligence.
well, if they shot, I think they should get charged with murder. I don't
No,
know.
I think they should get murdered because they're. Here's the thing that I
They
don't.
bullets killed the girl.
no,
They found that
but
out.
is it
Who? Okay, this is what I
murder?
don't like.
What murder? What? Like,
I think it's involuntary.
I don't care what it is.
Manslaughter?
Here's the bigger problem for me.
So they charged with 12.
We
counts.
train police officers.
we who?
The city.
Oh,
They got to be trained. Like you pay taxes, right?
Public service.
So all public servants are trained on your dollar. Like let's make it serious. So when I say we as a society, we send them to an academy. They get trained, and then when they get into the actual position of a police officer, they get trained some more. And we hold citizens that are untrained to more accountability than officers that are trained.
So let me
That's for the officers.
let me interject right there. So the guys, the teenagers that they had charged, they charged them with first degree murder, but then they dropped it against them and came back with just manslaughter against the police. So that proves your point.
so they get the teenager got no charge.
They probably got charges for the shootout. But
I can see it wouldn't
not
have been
about-
first degree murder because that would have been
Wasn't
premeditated.
yeah.
So I can understand that part by them dropping the case, but they should have been charged with something
Yeah.
if they're the initiator.
I just hate the way we whoever controls the TV controls the narrative because like it's all about how they put a spin on it, right?
Right.
Because like I say, when you come out here and you expect the police, well, they were in fear of their life and they're just trying to get home safe. Well,
Media.
these people are trained, and that's the part that
So
we
the
are
responsibility
forgetting.
aspect should be on the
To
top.
whom much is given,
Right.
much is required.
Well,
you on fire for God? Go ahead.
now we've seen situations. Wow, we've seen situations where we looking at the news like, hey man, he probably should have got shot, man, because he with that foolishness, man. I saw one last year, man.
I believe that too.
This dude
I ain't gonna say that it wasn't.
around the car from the police asking the man to stop. Then he proceeds to open the door and reach into the car. Them people got to
That
make
was
it
not
home
East,
too.
wasn't it?
No, man, that wasn't in Jacksonville.
I
No,
done seen
one
them
of
get
them-
gunned
it was
down.
one of them
One of them
in
was
Jacksonville.
yeah.
I ain't touching
The one in
Like
Jacksonville that
21.
happened right out
Yeah.
east. You ain't touching that.
I just seen people gunned down for less. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying when you look at the post and you go to the comments, dog, it's like
Oh,
it's
man.
like we don't.
Oh,
we got to
man.
think logically, though. We got to think logically and just understand, both. I'm not even gonna say both sides of it because it is some people out here wilding
Yes.
for
The
real, and they're misinformed about the law.
Right.
And they I know my rights and all this stuff. Here, like,
No,
bro,
you don't.
know what I'm saying?
No,
I'd
you
rather
know how to read,
comply
right.
or try to, than to be, situations happen. I understand it. I ain't saying the officers are right. I ain't saying. I'm just saying right about now.
Sometimes it's common
There's
sense.
too much going on, bro.
If you got a badge and a gun and I don't, you got the upper hand right now.
And it's crazy that we got to teach our kids how to
Rules of engagement.
Man,
Yeah.
when you're in the presence of a
Especially
police
if you got
officer,
little boys,
both hands on the
man.
wheel.
Little black and brown young boys. Y'all better. And big boy. My son, a big boy. You know what I'm saying? 11 years old. I got to teach him now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
they
teach them
threaten, man.
He feel like a threat. That's the way the media has portrayed him as a threat. Like
Yeah.
Right.
I wish we was as dangerous as they think we was, because then maybe we wouldn't die as much.
I think we'll die more.
No, I don't think we died. We was as dangerous as they portray us to
They
be.
jumping out the car shooting.
Yeah, it ain't walking up with the.
Ain't no-
It ain't walking up with the thing unbuckled. They walk. They walking
Before
up
we
shooting.
come back with my topic, though, just take a quick break.
All right, yeah, we're
Y'all with
gonna come
that?
right back with your topic.
My boy.
It's the first one.
Yeah, we're back. Let's talk about this Antonio Brown thing. What y'all thoughts on that?
Antonio Brown.
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Antonio Leroy Brown.
Antonio Leroy
I just
First
called
off,
him-
I don't call them by their middle
hey,
name unless they
Hey,
extraordinary.
I just called him Leroy because he looked like he did some Leroy type of shit, man. That's the only
Oh,
reason
that's not his real
name.
name?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what name.
I'm saying, what are y'all thoughts on that though? Like, I mean, because I would tell you the crazy part. Like, I made a post. I was like, we're real bad about
Guilty.
The not guilty too.
No, I'm saying I was guilty of that. Go
Right.
ahead.
I'm saying we're real bad about not knowing all, and there's always some conspiracy theory about this money, this $1 million contract, and I'm like, all of that could have been true. Just wait on the details to come out. Wait on the story to come out before y'all trying to come up with some idea. This what happened. This what I think happened. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, he's this. He's that. Whatever the case may be. But I think we ought to like don't be so quick to judge because that phone in our hand.
But it's the thing. At the end
I
of
don't
the day,
think- I
at the
think-
end of the day, we still don't know.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
We don't
It's just
because
speculation.
but I was just saying how and then like so I made a post like, hey man, let's get all the details first. We always got some
Well, we still
hood
ain't got
version of what we think happened.
But sometimes people got track records, right?
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes people don't
right.
establish themselves as a track record.
Right.
So they
But
lose
we
the benefit of the
But
doubt.
we all have a past though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
At some point, you're no longer the Kurt that you were 10 years ago
You true.
or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that grows.
But even in that though, of course we gonna come out with the, hey, you know what I'm saying? I told him he was crazy, you know what I'm saying? You know, he mental health and blah, 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 but still know the details because we come up and first thing I see somebody, oh no, you owe him an apology. Bro, I ain't saying nothing about dude.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
So
I
your
did.
conversation wasn't to do, but you owe him personally.
I owe him an apology because facts just came out. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, what were the facts?
I
though?
didn't say anything about him.
still
I
ain't seen the
said
facts.
we,
What are still the facts? Because it's still he say, she say.
right. I'm saying we should wait to hear the facts before we prejudge a situation.
Let me just say this. I hear the people that make the argument that his ankle was busted up, or that's what his claim is.
Man,
His
they
ankle
say
banged it up.
the
And
ligament
he do
was
have,
off the bone.
hold on, wait. He do have the receipts that he did text the coach. Okay, I'm with all that. But let's just be clear.
He should
You
be
was doing a
carrying
lot
off
of
that
damn
field.
jumping around that field when taking that jersey off if they got a ligament from the
Bro,
bone.
but I heard that ain't the same thing as running the route.
Hold on.
That's me right there. That's me running the route.
That's you right.
Jigging,
Neck.
jigging.
With the- Yeah,
Jigging.
Two things.
Yeah.
Chuck, when you talked about people saying this, you had to think about it. Just like with the news, the media, everybody want to get the breaking story first.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody want to come out and say what they think happened or what their view is. And all this other stuff.
What you heard about Antonio Brown? But I told you you were crazy.
Right. Another thing, somebody told me a while ago, people will always remember you by your last F up. So even though we want
Could
to
he be
grow-
right and still be crazy though? It's still a valid point. Like,
Hey, totally off subject. Hey, Chuck, you seen JB watch?
He posted it on Facebook the other day.
I
He
saw that.
posted it on
First of
Facebook.
all-
Y'all always stuck on us, dog. Y'all always stuck. I think I saw a new truck out of it.
Why-
I saw a new truck outside. I think I saw a new truck outside too.
Why you was late, dog? Why I got to be my truck?
Because it's the only truck that look like yours, but it's a different color. But go ahead.
Whoa.
But,
That's about 11.
And we're gonna see it after this. We're gonna see it after the benediction.
We
ain't
Now
gonna
may the
see-
Lord.
we
Look,
ain't
hey,
gonna
look,
see
look,
it.
look, 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 look.
What you do with the old truck?
Hey, come back here with the Walmart drawers on, boy.
What you do with the old truck? That's what I'm trying to figure
Man,
out.
hey,
Hey,
we
don't-
finna talk about Antonio Brown.
Look,
But
go
what we
ahead.
finna do with the old truck? Because I could have bought the old truck from you. That's shit,
He ain't
niggas.
wide
bro.
enough. Ain't no dooley.
Niggas say
But
you need
niggas
two
ain't
tires.
shit, boy.
What
I
if
told
they
the
need
whole
two
world I
tires
was
on the
looking
back?
for-
Hey,
Hey, what a dooley got? 2 tires.
Hips,
I told
two
the whole
tires
world
and
I was
hips.
looking for another truck.
Two
This
tires
nigga
on the
bought
back,
a
four
new one.
tires.
Got
on
rid of
the
it.
back. Okay, man. Should I talk about the Antonio Brown thing, though? Now, what you were talking about?
No, I just said that I think that it could be. I think you could be right, but that still don't.
Okay,
preclude him
so
from being
so
crazy.
so
Right.
so can a situation happen with either one of you where you react like the way he did? Like I don't think
I'm
the
not leaving the
situation,
field.
if either one is true, is reasonable enough for me as a grown man
I'm not
So-
to
leaving-
have a
I'm
tantrum
not-
like
listen,
that.
I'm
To
not
me,
leaving
just
the
me.
field.
So a
I'm not
couple of
leaving
years.
the
So wait.
field.
So a couple of years ago, Vernon Davis. Shout out to Vernon Davis.
Yeah, he act like
Vontae Davis, not Vernon. Vontae Davis
Did what?
quit at halftime.
No, that was Vernon Davis with Mike Singletary.
No. That was in the game. I'm talking
Okay.
about. He just quit in that game.
Oh, that was different.
I mean, Vontae Davis.
When he was in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He went. He played the game. He played the first half of the game,
And just jetted.
and then at halftime, he took his jersey off, took everything off, and pieced him
But
out.
he didn't do it to the crowd in front of
Nah,
He
but
didn't
he,
run through the
millions.
end zone. He didn't
in
throw
front
it.
of
no,
millions.
no.
Yeah.
But he never took the field though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He just said, you know what?
Bro,
I'm done.
that was a tantrum, bro. Like me telling your daughter you can't do this.
But I can't get mad
Or I
because
don't
you
wanna
express
do
it
that.
one way and I express it another way.
I'm not mad about that. I'm saying I'm asking you a question.
Me personally,
Was the situation based on the facts or not the facts? Was it a serious enough situation for you as Kurt's son, the educator, father of 2, 3, whatever, mentor?
Wow.
I don't know. I can't. You got 2 kids? 3
I have 2 kids.
Okay, 2 daughters, 2 beautiful daughters.
You
Is
should've
it?
put it in his own,
Or would you act that way? Would you have did the same as that?
I can't.
And I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah.
me.
I don't know. It depends on how I felt like. See, so we don't know how bad this man felt like he was.
Man,
disrespected.
depends on how much money I got, how much I'm gonna show.
Exactly. That's
Listen,
true.
Let me tell you something.
Because if I
Let me
got
tell
enough
you
money, I
something.
might strip butt naked to take y'all to go to hell.
No, I'm always looking for the check. So I ain't leaving the field for one. I'm gonna stay on the field.
But
For two, if I get in an accident right now, you can trip me. I'm gonna fall right down there and can't nobody. Nobody get me up off the ground but Barnes and Cohen.
So
I ain't moving
if
till
what
they
we're
get here.
saying is true
Yeah,
about
you
the
mean-
money
Or a
part,
dump truck.
Oh,
was
Oh.
for me if he throw a tantrum and cut off that $1 million that we showed, there was a rumor or
yeah. It wasn't a rumor. It's in the
I mean, it was in-
it's
yeah.
in the I'm saying. So think about this then. They said coach told him not to play,
Yeah.
right?
Gave him the throat slash.
Hold up.
And told
him
him
not
"You're
to
done."
play, and that was why. Then it came back about the ankle.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
Well, okay, so you got two different people with 2 different conspiracy theories. You got one group saying that he wanted to play,
Right.
and they didn't want him to play.
Right.
He says
He did not want to play.
He didn't
so,
wanna go
so
in.
we can X that one off the list right
he
there.
said
So it wasn't about.
He said he didn't want to go in. He has the text messages that shows
And
coach.
how many more
Yeah, he
games?
got
did
He
his
we
said,
see?
he said, Coach, I'm gonna try to go, but I'm gonna do what I can.
And he sent a picture of him getting treatment on his leg in the Texas.
And he stayed afterwards in New York. People talking about they saw him at the Brooklyn Nets game.
No,
that
you
night.
posted a
But
picture
guess
of
what?
that man at the bus stop.
But guess what he did though?
What?
He went to 2 of the top surgeons in New York while he was in New York. Had them to do the X-rays and all that good stuff.
Well, he got all the receipts.
Yeah, he was getting his receipts together, so he ain't that damn crazy. At the end of the day,
And I'm gonna tell you something else that somebody just brought to my attention. Ain't no way the NFL didn't punish that man. The NFL, I don't give a damn what happened with the team or what happens. The NFL would have issued a punishment. Why they ain't punished him yet for what he did?
I think because they're still doing an investigation because there's a lot of stuff that said if you have a player who told you he was hurt and the coach had knowledge of him being hurt, he never showed up on a roster or report.
Well, that's what's letting you know that it's a lot more to the story.
Yeah,
than
that's what I'm saying.
They didn't issue a
Trust me.
swift punishment.
Trust me, it's a lot because
Matter of fact, they just hit Arians with a fine from.
$50,000 for slapping the.
Yeah, he hit his player, but
He should have hit him though. I ain't
But
gonna lie.
no. The dude had just got a pick.
Your coach,
He should have hit
kicker.
him. I'm sorry,
What?
he should have hit him.
your coach, Irvin Mike, kicked your kicker.
Ain't my damn coach.
It was your coach. You a Jaguar
He
fan.
never been my coach.
Yeah,
He was the
Jaguar
coach of
fan.
the Jaguars.
You a Jaguar fan?
Hey man,
You got season tickets?
I got
He
I,
done put
it out there.
I got a Josh
That was your
Lambo.
coach. That was your
Hey,
coach.
I got a Josh Lambo
was my
autograph.
coach, too, when we won
Hey,
two
I got
national
a Josh
titles.
Lambo autograph
Hey,
football.
it was my coach too. We
worth
won
something.
2 national titles with him at University of
It's gonna be
Florida.
excuse
Is
me.
he the
Ooh,
whistleblower?
what was that? Oysters?
Does he?
I thought he was gonna say he had a Josh Lambo jersey.
There you go. Go ahead. Why he can't have no Josh Lambo jersey?
He got some Josh Lambo. logo.
Why you gonna stop me? Why he can't have Josh Lambo
You heard
jersey?
her shirt?
Yeah, I heard him.
What he said?
What
What
he
he
got some Josh
The
Lambo.
thing we
lotion.
gonna do is we gonna widen up these doors this year, boy.
Eh?
My dog, not all the things. down
Josh
in the
Lambo
zones,
doors.
Josh
Lambo
Lambo doors. I like that.
it's-
I like
it's
that.
Bars.
No, it's definitely not bars.
I'm saying.
That was creative. It wasn't a reach.
Was a double entendre?
Hey,
Definitely
shirt.
not a double entendre.
Hey, shirt. So
Well, we gonna ask with Moco. We gonna see what happens.
let's get the shirt topic, man.
Yeah, what's your topic is? What you heard over just made you say, when we get back to the
I thought we were talking
podcast.
about a shirt for real. I forgot the nickname. Go ahead.
Boy, look at him.
The fact that the Ravens aren't in the playoffs. Are
Come on,
they?
compression.
Nah, they definitely not in the playoffs. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
No, you better
Over the
say
break.
something.
You
'Cause You had
had
time
one.
to think about
You
it.
had one.
I had time,
specific.
and when I was in the pre-production meeting, we talked about some stuff, but I
You
forgot
talked
it
about
all.
that main one. You wanted to talk about the kitchen set.
I didn't want to talk about the kitchen set.
That was your chocolate.
I
on the
thought
club?
that
You had
definitely
chocolate on
was.
the
That definitely wasn't. That definitely was not that. I didn't want to talk about the kitchen set because I wasn't finna start that hornet's nest without talking about toxic masculinity. So, but
Come on,
yeah, the
give us
kitchen
a
set.
topic then.
So what's
Don't
the
say
deal?
kitchen
No, let me
set.
ask you. Okay, so let's talk about the kitchen set. What's the big deal about the kitchen set?
It's no big deal with me.
With the kitchen set?
Yeah, with the kitchen
I
set.
said what I had to say about the kitchen set. If
I don't know. What did you
if
say?
my son came to me and said, Dad, I want to cook. I want to be a chef when I grow up.
You getting him the kitchen
I'm
set?
going to get him the kitchen set.
Okay,
Because
so
we got to understand, too, the kitchen set ain't what we grew up on. They're pink and everything. Them others look like real deal kitchens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I don't understand how it started. Does it make you gay? I don't get that. Like,
What?
because
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of times people project their own insecurities onto their kids because some dudes might be like, if I'm playing with the kitchen, they make me gay. Just because that's how you think, that could be. Because I could tell you, we bought my oldest daughter used to have a kitchen set, the whole wide thing. You put it together, and every time children would come over, the cousins and stuff would come over.
They
All
gonna
them
play
boys
with it.
would sit
They
there and
gonna
play
play
with
it.
the
'Cause
kitchen
it's
sets like it ain't nothing.
It wasn't
Like, you know
that
what
to
I'm saying?
them. It wasn't that to them. Because you got little boys that you don't bought basketballs and footballs
See,
for, and
show
still
them
end up
that.
being
their own little joke.
No, you said the kitchen set was wide.
You said it was a whole wide little.
stupid dog.
You said it.
It's about as wide as your head or Damon's legs. Whichever one you want. I mean, take a pick. Since we going there, I
I'm
mean,
talking
y'all
about
started
dog
this topic.
legs.
I'm gonna pick a wide head on hips every day.
I'm talking about, boy, Mr. Compression having a good time today. boy.
This is not a compression shirt.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's definitely
Hey,
not
can
a
we-
compression shirt. It's a sweater. It's a
A
sweater.
compression sweater. That's a
It's
good
a
one.
sweater.
You got fruit roll up on it right there though.
Roll up, chocolate, everything.
Listen to it.
Capri
He
Sun.
had on the Baltimore Ravens Snuggie.
I could actually zip mine down.
Hey, but so what you think about the kitchen set, Damo? You said
Let's talk about the origin though. You know, it was a meme. Somebody
Appreciate you,
posted, and they said, "Oh, I bought my son a kitchen set," and somebody said that it was gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To buy a kitchen set, and that's just one of those things that kind of like society puts out there about certain stuff. You know how they talk about man ain't supposed to do TikTok and all this other stupid stuff. It's just
You ain't
stupid
supposed to say
stuff that they
and
put out
is.
there.
And will.
Like when I was a
And
young,
do.
my best friend, we was over there on Paris Street. She had an easy bake. Now I used to be tearing the bow of them cookies out the easy bake.
You was
Yeah.
eating, or you was using the Easy Bake Oven?
I was eating them.
Shout out to Fee.
I was eating them. I ain't
Hey,
have no problem with
That's
them.
the best little Debbie's in the
Guess
world.
what? I was still outside making bow and arrows, making nunchucks and all this other
Man,
stuff.
eating
Kids are
dirt.
gonna
You ate dirt.
Hold on. You made nunchucks.
Yeah, dog.
You know Kobe?
Nah, that
You
Chuck.
made a
Yeah, we
Chinese
kill
Dog.
Chuck in the barber
Don't even
shop.
bring up COVID,
Hey, don't
dog.
worry about
Kill
it,
Chuck in the
dog.
barber shop.
Dog.
with a
Wait till I
five
get my
star.
dog Hurst.
Dog, I'm
over here
talking
to
about,
tell
listen,
us
hey,
about
Kurt,
these
look,
Chinese
listen.
stars,
So
man.
listen, we gotta talk about. We bring Mike Hurst on. Check this out, dog. I'm in a barber shop getting a haircut. All I hear is Kobe. I bet you won't throw that Chinese star at Chuck. So I got my eye closed. I'm like, is it another Chuck in the barber shop? I said, bro, if you throw the, I said, bro, don't do it, bro. You throw a Chinese star at me, dog. That's
Hey.
it for you, bro. It was a real Chinese, real one.
So my dog Kobe talk like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he throw it?
No.
Nah.
Am I out? Am I free? Nigga, a real Chinese star, bro.
Chuck with a Chinese.
With a
Hey,
little
shout out to the dudes in the 80s and the 90s that thought they was ninjas, man.
We still
Hey,
some
it's
dudes.
still
Wait,
something out there.
wait, bring my homeboy on here.
Hey,
go-
Sensei, boy.
He gonna fool you, dog.
Sensei.
Ain't legit.
For sure. But yeah, what you was saying? Now?
No, I was just saying, kids are gonna be interested in what they're interested in. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's no way that you can change.
It's
that.
gonna take
Why
more
we
than the
make
kitchen set to make
everything
something gay.
so gender? Like,
Well, why it's got to be so divisive? To me personally,
Because that was normal, dog. That was normal for culture. That boys didn't play with dolls and do A, B, and C.
Bro.
And girls did this. Like
I was
okay.
thinking about it too. I was just looking at like even right now today. Shout out to Chanel, but
Just went through that a day.
Chanel, that dame just got seafood salad. And
I went through that a day.
shout out to
Shout
Chanel.
out to Chanel.
Chanel Delights. I think that was you still call it. But anyway, other than Chanel and a few others, dog, most of the people that I know that's selling food or cooking or whatever, or chefs are men. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, that's what they wanted. That don't mean, well, but my son older and I can show him in the kitchen. What if he started at 5 or 6 and he ain't tall enough to get in the
finna
kitchen?
say, we know
you know what
two
I'm saying?
of-
We
well,
just make stuff so.
I know two
G.
of them off
Garvin.
the rip.
But at the
Hey.
same time, it ain't gonna
Well, we
change
ain't even
nothing
gotta
because
get famous. We
you
ain't
got
even gotta
people.
get
But I'm just
famous,
saying,
'cause we got what my boy Chef Life.
But hold on, G God.
Zach Lord?
If you know, if you saying his name and I don't know him, then he famous. To me,
No, these are local people.
I mean,
but they
we-
still
that are
famous.
local
that
chefs.
we help raise, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Little boys that were from the hood that's doing their thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, like I don't understand it because you still got guys that play with basketballs, play with footballs.
And they like grown men.
They like balls. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't change anything.
no pause in there, y'all.
It ain't
No,
no pause. I'm
that
just
is
saying
a
we just keeping it blunt, just keeping it 100. That ain't make,
No,
that
it's-
doesn't make your child.
People
Yeah,
gonna be who they are.
it's gonna be. I think that. I
But
think
it's gonna
way
drive
more.
them in a certain direction. No,
What
it's
direction
not.
is gonna drive me in? What's
Let me
gonna
tell
drive?
you something,
Let me
man.
tell you what. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you what drive me in that direction. When you let your brother and your uncle touch your kid, drives him in that damn direction, and you shutting the hell up about it. That's what drive kids in those directions.
I'm saying they act like they putting on heels and stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I know somebody that had a little cousin, man. Little cousin said he wanted to be a girl. All the older people in the family was like, "Oh no, we won't have that. No, we're not gonna do that in this family." Put him on the football team. He like 7 or 8. Now they put him on the football team. I'm like, hey,
You just
that's
put 'em
like
in the
that's like
candy
the
store.
kid in the candy store, man. What is you
Wrong
doing?
thing. Well, I don't know. They don't take showers like we used to back in the
He ain't
day.
got to be showers, but you just put him
Who was
around.
we? You play football? Well, go ahead. What
Who
you
that?
saying? He said we was taking showers.
Might have been a wide receiver.
I'm gonna say pause just in case.
Yeah, just in case. I was really just thinking to say because I be wondering, man. I be
No,
wondering. I ain't
I'll
saying
wait
it.
on the
But I don't
the
wanna
little
fill up-
punchline little thing.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no put-
Hey, you know,
Yeah,
hey,
well-
I just thought about it. Y'all know what we missing?
What?
Gunshots. I ain't heard none
No,
of
my
that.
We don't need
my
them
dog is
gunshots.
other joint. My dog
We
is
ain't gonna
other
be
on
joint
another
right
year.
now,
Hey,
you know
hey,
what I'm saying?
listen,
What?
listen.
So we on the new year. We don't get
We
the gunshots?
boycotting gunshots till he buy something different than the 3. Never mind. Listen.
You got a sound pack.
Yeah, we need
We talking about the high
Uzis.
point.
We need.
So let's talk about the high point for me, not for real.
Well, y'all are not gonna segue to the high point.
Hey, we gonna get a high. Hey, listen, we gonna get a
Q,
jar.
hold up. Q said he'll
Hey,
buy a high point. We'll talk
Hey,
about that next episode.
we gonna get a jar. We gonna get a jar. We gonna put the jar in the middle of the table, and every time somebody mention their raggedy ass high point, they gonna have to put $1 in the jar.
We'll have a high point in the week.
It was $8.
Wow.
And that includes shipping.
$8 and they weigh 8 pounds.
Is it
Don't
gonna
cut us
come?
off. Don't cut us off.
Look,
Don't cut us off.
look. He going with the shit. He going with the shit.
No,
He
don't
going-
cut us off, though. Nah,
If
but-
he do it right now, I got something for him. I swear for the Lord, if he do something, I got something for him. If he do
Hey,
it.
what else we missed during the break?
Oh,
Ahmaud
Aubrey. I was just gonna say the same thing. So
Ahmaud
shout out to
Aubrey.
the judge. Let me tell y'all something. I normally don't watch these cases because I already know how they gonna go.
Man,
But let me tell you about this judge.
that judge went. Oh,
Before this judge gave these hillbillies all that goddamn time, and I'm gonna cuss.
Tell him about the gun line, boss. What'd he say?
That judge said, we gonna take 3-minute and something break. Just to signify the time that it took that this man ran for his life.
Wow.
Right then, I already knew y'all can say goodbye.
Bro, he took the politics out of it and
That
stuck to
man
the law,
basically
bro.
told them
Bruh.
if I
He
coulda
took the
gave y'all
politics
the
out
chair,
of it. He took
I
and
would've
stuck
gave
with the
y'all
law.
chair.
Right.
Say it again, Damon.
He basically said if I could have gave y'all the chair,
Bruh.
I would have gave y'all
Bro,
the
he
chair.
took the politics out of it. Look at that and look at the Rittenhouse case.
Look, my eyes watered, bro, when he said that. He said, we
Look
gonna
at
take
that and look at the
Hey.
Rittenhouse case, bro. He took the politics out of it and stuck to the law.
Well, let's just be clear about the Rittenhouse case. There's a lot of extenuating circumstances of why that boy
I get
walked.
it. I get
and
it.
I get it. Here's the problem that I have with the Rittenhouse case. I can understand you letting him walk. I don't understand you letting those other laws just escape. Like the Fed should have came in because you crossed state lines
With
and
that
you
rifle.
bought the gun with the straw. You bought the gun.
once he said,
Do a straw purchase.
once he said,
That dropped that charge, that first
drop the
charge.
gun charge, that's it.
No. But what I'm saying is, listen,
How can you charge him for anything else if the gun charge gone?
you can charge him for
And he
going across
used a
state lines.
loophole. They said he used a loophole.
What?
A loophole.
Oh, you talking about the judge used the loophole to
Hey,
drop the.
let's-
Yeah.
hold
But I'm
on
just
for 1
saying,
minute, Kurt.
the Fed
Hold
still
on,
should have
Kurt.
came in because
Hold
the
on,
straw law,
Hold
the straw
on,
purchase.
Kurt.
We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come right back.
Okay.
You're gonna pick right back up on that.
So I get the point. What I'm saying is, I understand that the judge used a loophole, because that was the judge act like he was his best friend. He act like they was playing PlayStation 5 in the back during the breaks and all that kind of stuff. I get all that.
Right.
So I already
We
knew
don't
what
need
that
no
outcome was
black
going to
preachers
be.
in here.
But
That
that was in Aubrey. They
Oh.
ain't want no black preachers in there. What my thing was is that I've seen the feds step in so many cases and be like, yeah, we ain't finna let that ride because here are the federal statutes that you broke. So let's pick them up.
That's the politics involved in it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like it was a lot of. I understand why he got off on the murder deal.
You heard
right?
the song playing on the phone?
No, I ain't.
The little song when the judge phone rung, and it was the song they played at the Trump
It was
rally.
the Trump. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't hear all that.
First of all, why your phone ringing in the
Because he the
courtroom?
judge and he can do what he
We
want.
got the juice.
I'm still, bro. Like
Any of y'all ever been on jury duty?
I was supposed to go a couple times. I always get.
I'm gonna
out.
tell you.
Have you been on an active case?
Tell us more.
I booked,
Just
dog.
call
I
me.
should have went, dog. I booked.
No, tell us.
No, I'm asking.
Oh no.
Damn, you
So
buck.
Yeah, I booked,
I've been to jury duty twice, and the problem is us, a pair of our people, we outnumbered behind the scenes.
Oh, most definitely.
JB had to say
It worked out. It worked out in the Arbor case though.
Well, he
Some
had
had
to
10. We had 10 white.
Sometimes
jurors.
it works out.
But
a
right
lot
is
of
right
us-
and wrong is wrong.
Right.
But a
And
lot
when
of us, when we get it, we don't want to go to jury duty and all this other stuff. I think
Right.
the first time I did it, I was like 19, and then a couple of years later, and like he said, I was the deciding factor because the lady said something that this man ain't saying. I'm like, nah, hold on. And luckily, it was another Anglo-Saxon woman back there. She was like,
What is an
Whoa,
Anglo-Saxon?
whoa.
Can I
Anglo?
run it back.
we're not doing all that.
Okay.
It was a white lady back there.
Oh, okay. That's
And
what
she
they
said, because the guy was like, oh, yeah, he said he got the gun and pointed at the guy. And I was like,
That's not what I'm
nah,
saying.
he said he got the gun to let him know he wasn't scared. That's two different things. The lady was like, you right, got a lesser charge. So a lot of times we get jury duty, we trying to find out a way to get out of it and all this other stuff. And those people have in their mind that we guilty, regardless of what the law said. Them people gave us strict rules and saying, hey, beyond the benefit of the doubt, they didn't care. That man, when they saw that man, they automatically said that man was guilty. I lived it, I experienced it
Implicit bias.
2 different times. So in order for that stuff to change, we really have to be back behind the scenes because it's a whole pressure thing too. Because if you outnumbered and everybody else going, like, you know me, I don't care. I'll go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? But
All
what
the
if I
time.
do it every day.
All the time.
What if I was one of them dudes that's like, you know, scared to say something?
Well, like
You
Yeah,
gonna go along.
like
You gonna
that.
get along. You gonna go along to get along.
Damon on this scared of certain people, but we ain't gonna talk about Mike
Man,
Nixon.
you
and all
niggas
that.
lying.
He said,
Hey, listen.
But
I tell you this. I agree with you. I remember having a conversation with former Sheriff Nat Glover.
the streets were so safe when Nat was walking in the neighborhood.
Man, that Glover took the TVs out the jailhouse. He took the weights out the jailhouse.
Hey man, listen.
That
He
one
said, y'all in jail. What?
That when Damon was in.
Hey.
Please
Hey.
remember that.
Hey, listen. The point I'm making is that I had this conversation with him, and I had a similar conversation with former Chief Burton, right?
Man, stop name dropping.
I'm not name dropping. I'm
name
just giving
dropping,
you.
dog.
No, I'm just giving
We
you
know
the
you-
perspective
we know
of the
you-
people
we
that
know
I'm
you
talking
the
Talking
to.
people.
about Miss Burton?
No,
We know
talking
you
about
them
her
folks.
husband. Her husband was Chief Burton before she was Chief Burton.
Wow.
Green
She just
Rainbow?
became Chief Burton.
LeVar Burton.
No, Chief Greg
Lieutenant
Burton.
Dan?
Actually, he's over schools now. He's over
Okay.
the school officers. My point is,
I was gonna say, yeah.
2 different officers that have served and do things. I've talked to them. We've had this conversation.
Right.
We won't see a change in our situation similar to what you just said until the judges look like us and come back from our backgrounds, until the juries look like us, till the DA, because a lot of times people don't understand. Just like with the Ahmaud Arbery, they didn't go to jail until a whistleblower said, hey, y'all might want to look at this tape.
Why?
he was the
Why?
whistleblower.
No.
Because he thought he was going to get it off.
What Kurt is talking about is the district attorney that was friends with
With
one
them.
of them.
Well,
And
Well-
she had the police turning their head. That's
She
Right.
told-
But I'm
told
saying
that
your
she-
boy told on himself about turning.
Well,
it
he
in.
told his tape. He turned the tape in to the chief, and the chief saw the tape, but the chief was under explicit orders from this district attorney to leave the damn thing alone and
That's
let him
what
go
they charged
home.
Man, they had a picture of that boy when he got found guilty, and then the meme said, "If I should have stayed on my damn porch,
Porch.
was a person,
Yeah.
He should have stayed home, dog."
Yeah, he looked slow, but like I said, I remember we, like you said, we've got to show up at them juries. We've got to show up.
One of my coworkers was his roommate in college or school.
Who?
They say in jail.
The dude.
Say that.
The rowdy
They
dude?
say, dog.
Well, let's just say this: in
I think he
'91,
ex-military. I think it was roommates when they were young?
1990, 1991, I lived in Brunswick, Georgia. And I can tell you it was a race ride every year. Glenn Academy and Brunswick High. It would start at Glenn Academy. Then they'd send Brunswick High home because they already knew it was finna spill over there. And it would be black versus white. And it was chairs. It was basically a Royal Rumble.
What
That's
side
basically
you
what it
was
was.
on?
What is
What side you was on?
the 70s?
No,
What side you was on?
I did not just say 8. Didn't I just say 90, 91?
Oh, you did, but I know.
I know, you know. You ain't got to cheat off
I
the
know
paper
you
today.
way. I know you way older than us. So I just thought it was in the
Way.
So
Keep breathing, young
90,
man.
91, you was what, like 36, 35?
Probably 37.
Probably
Probably about 37. I was finishing up my GED right
figure
now.
that.
At 37.
Your GED?
Yeah,
You capping. Don't worry about it.
Man, go ahead.
don't worry about it. I mean, I thought that's what we was doing.
No, we
Oh, okay.
ain't doing that.
Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, but I just think that, like, I think we do need to take that part of civic duty serious. Because,
Yeah.
first off, in our community, a lot of us have a lot of strikes against jury duty anyway. You know, when you get to the voir dire, if y'all don't know what a voir dire is, so when you picking a jury, that's the real Florida lottery is that jury. You win that, you get to go home free. Don't worry about picking the 6 good numbers for the lottery. You need to pick a jury pool. Because if you can win the jury pool, you can pretty much walk home from anything.
Who, as a lawyer or as a...
As a black male being accused
What
in the state of
about,
Florida.
what about your boy got the, through the
Who?
Rittenhouse? Got to pull the heels out the pot. You know that? You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
When
but
they wrote all the
all
names,
through-
they
You
got
got
to select his
you
out
got to
of
select his jury.
I got to
His
select
jury.
his jurors out.
Everybody get to select the jury though.
No.
They put the names in.
So you telling me as a defendant, I get to select my
They
own
put the
jury?
judge put the
Yeah,
names
your lawyer.
in.
Okay,
Your
so
lawyers.
Lawyer.
They let him do it.
He draw names.
okay, so
The kid draw names.
I ain't gonna argue about that process, but I'm just
The
saying
judge
that.
said that ain't the first time he did it, but
Oh yeah, but the rule is you get a certain amount of challenges on the defense side, and you get a certain amount of challenges, unopposed challenges on each side, and then y'all pick out of the pool. That's why the pool is so big.
But your defense counsel does that, not you.
No, you do. You have a say in that. Who you think your defense counsel work for?
Uh,
They work for you. You sitting there talking like, hey, you think that's a good idea? Yeah, I don't.
They
want
work
that
for you
person.
to a certain point.
No, they supposed to work for you.
Let
Period.
me tell you something. You can fire them all day, but they're gonna take you through hell and high water to defend yourself.
But
Huh?
you can fire them, but you can hire somebody that's gonna listen to you.
You can't hire nobody if you ain't got no money. So you still got appointed. You got court-appointed lawyers.
And they have to follow you. Okay, so that's why the judge asks you every time when you reading a sentence. The first thing the judge is gonna ask you, do you understand what was said? Do you agree with it?
That's if you plead guilty.
No, it's not. Do you
Okay.
understand what was said?
You know Damon
Do
have been in
you-
jail before a few times. Go ahead.
I have to.
God dang.
50-50. Criminals and
What you mean?
go ahead.
It's whatever you want to call it. You don't have to be innocent to be in jail. Let's just be clear on that.
What?
You don't have to be innocent.
There's a little talk. Finish.
You have to be guilty to be in jail?
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you
know what I
scared me,
meant.
man, because I didn't get it. Go
Y'all
ahead.
know what I meant to say.
No, we don't.
Y'all know what I
We ain't
meant to
been.
say.
We ain't been.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
My point is,
I haven't been we as in Chuck and John.
What? Go ahead,
they
Kurt.
just ain't got caught. Hey, listen.
Right.
So anyway, so at the end of the day, you have
Selling the
to.
paws out the back
I
door
don't-
with
I ain't never
Wolverine.
said a
I
part
don't
of
tell
the
them
back
people.
With Wolverine.
Hey, listen.
Chuck got lawyer money.
What I'm saying is when you talk, the judge will ask you, do you agree with this at the point? And you can say, hey, I don't agree. It
But
goes
at
into the
what
face.
point is this
Okay.
that I'm asking you, Kurt, that the judge is asking you this? It got to be as citizen, because he don't just ask you when you walk
No,
in. Do you agree?
No, so every motion that's put in. So like it's just
Oh,
not.
okay.
You just don't show up and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
defend myself against this. It's a whole series that you got to go through. You show up to your first appearance. You get a list of your charges. They tell you what your charges gonna be.
You're right.
And then once you got that, then you talk to your lawyer. The lawyer gonna give you some options on how
Right.
you're going to defend. Well, I think you should plea, or no, we're going to defend. We're going to defend from this point, and da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can say, well, do you want to take the stand? Your lawyer going to ask you that. He can't force you to take the stand. He got to ask you that. Then you got to talk about your witnesses and who you choosing and who you calling. The state's going to give you their discovery and their witnesses, and then you get to look through there and you get to tell your lawyer, hey, look, you need to ask you need to ask that person this question.
Hey,
And you need to ask that person this
I'm
question.
gonna
That's
ask
my
you one
point.
question.
It's a
Yeah,
due
he
process.
did.
I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, he done did this with
I'm gonna ask you one question, Kurt.
Yes, sir.
This process that you're talking about, that don't take place in Florida.
Yeah, it do.
Okay. You been in jail in Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been to prison in Florida.
Okay.
P-Farm?
Let me tell you something.
No, I said prison.
Hey,
Whatever it
hey,
was.
you had a court-appointed lawyer, or you paid for one.
I had a paid lawyer.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the difference.
Exactly.
Damon had
When you had a public pretender,
He
So
said-
so
it
so
go
let me
a whole
so let's be
different
clear.
way. You can't when you have a public pretender.
Hey, let me
You
tell you
can't
something.
get them on the
Listen,
telephone.
Listen,
You can't get them. Man,
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you that.
That process is different. Man.
But
Going to jail.
the biggest
now.
thing is not so much as the lawyer. I'm gonna be honest. All lawyers aren't created equal. True enough. To me, the bigger problem is you don't get to choose whether your thing go before a jury. Because here's the thing: if you black in this country and you know that they have no legal stands to keep you, you can sit there and say all day, "Hey, I want the judge. I don't want a trial. I want the judge because I already know what this jury gonna look like. I want the judge." And the state still gets to decide whether they get you from a jury or a judge. Because most dudes, if they go in front, most African Americans, if they go before a judge, they going home. This is facts. They're gonna go home because the burden of proof then is on the state, and they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. But with a jury, you don't have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. You've got to convince these 12 men and women.
Well, you're supposed to prove.
And you're gonna play on their.
Like JV said.
You're gonna play. You're supposed to. But when you get a jury, you're automatically subject to implicit bias. Trayvon Martin showed us that. Kyle Rittenhouse showed us that. Implicit bias. You're going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And the only time we get a break in this country as African Americans is when you have, number one, a neutral judge that really don't like the show and he just really want it done fair and as honest as possible.
Like
Or
you
you get, or yeah, like you do it, and you know. So shout out to the judges that know their job and understand what their role is. Like, is to make sure that we here. It's not going to be all this foolishness. And I like that judge in the Ahmaud Arbery trial. He didn't make it black and white for them. He made it real simple. It's right and left. This is your job. This is what you need to do. And if it does this, then it's supposed to be this. And when they came back, when you presented that evidence, when they saw the evidence, the whole conversation between him and that DA is really what got him killed, to be honest with you. I don't see how you can't come back. When you see the conversation in the text messages between the two defendants, Roddy or whatever, not Roddy, but the dad and the son, when you see the conversation between the dad and
Didn't they have a phone recording too from jail?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then you see her face of the record attempts to tell the sheriff, hey man,
Don't look. Yeah.
let them go.
Hey, turn your head.
Turn your head. That's done.
Don't look at that.
And the sheriff was like, he felt like his hands was tied because he got a DA that's telling him she ain't prosecuting nothing.
Right.
But that proves the bigger problem. They thought that it was okay.
Yeah.
They thought that it was cool.
'Cause it was
They
business as
thought that it
usual.
was- They thought that it was all right. You
I
know?
tell people this about the Rodney King trial, right? Rodney King was very significant in this country not because it was the first time that a nigga got caught getting his ass whooped by the police. It was the first time he got caught on tape.
It was recorded.
They were whooping dudes back at Guild.
Exactly. You was whooping.
Middle school.
And whenever we catch it on tape, and like now, I tell people all the time, you look at all the things we done caught on tape and we done seen it. And now you still walking. Like you got tape.
I was just listening to $1 Million Worth of Game. Wallow and Gilly.
Which show?
Who they had on there?
Bobby Smurda.
Bobby Smurda.
That's my boy.
And they was
I enjoyed
saying,
that show.
and
Wow.
Wallow said it was getting whooped so much by the police. They thought it was right. They thought it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So he had to yell out, I'm a minor here for the
He
police
said
to
that's the
stop.
way they stopped hitting him. He yelled out.
I'm a minor.
He
The
told I
police
yelled.
stopped,
didn't
though.
he? That boy said I
He
learned
said
how to
the
yell.
police by
didn't he?
name, they knew you. You know what I'm saying? They knew who the Jack Boys was. They knew who was robbing, who was killing, who was stealing. So they already knew what it was. So you just start running, beat you down. I mean, minor, they start. That's crazy, bro.
I met one of my friends. I think I was
Got a lot
about
of
18.
friends.
Shut up.
No cousins.
I was about 18. I got cousins too, but you don't need to know about them. About 18, she
Famous
said, "Huh, the
cousins.
old man." Man, chill out.
Okay.
She said the old man, they were riding in a car and got in a high speed chase. Said, buddy, let her out. Took the police on a high speed chase. Said she down Bay Street. Where you at? About 5 hours. Still don't know where he at. They ain't called it or nothing. Said they brought Buddy in. Said they ain't recognize him.
For real?
He said he beat him so bad.
Wow.
Said bro head look like Almari.
Wow.
They ain't do nothing about it. It's
Time
normal.
earned.
You know what I mean? It's normal.
Man.
You know it's unofficial rule. If you run, you getting whooped now.
Yeah. So talk about what we're doing this season, man. What we doing? Bringing on guests.
Yeah, so this season gonna be
A little different than the first one.
It's gonna be a little
Thank y'all
different.
for listening. Thank y'all for
Thank y'all.
you know what
Definitely.
I'm saying, the feedback, whatever. It's gonna be a little different this time. We're gonna bring in some guests. Next month we're gonna try to bring in some business owners, black.
Well, let's
try
talk
to
about
highlight some black business owners.
Yeah, let's talk about our focus for next month.
Some black business owners. If you think you want to come on and promote your business or whatever, or just talk about certain topics, hit us up. Let us
If you
know.
don't call your customers back, or you don't deliver your items within an appropriate time, don't come on here because we gonna let you have it now because we gonna read the comments. Don't do that. But no, honestly, in honor of Black History Month, we are going to focus on February. Will be our focus on black economics, and we're gonna bring on some black entrepreneurs, not just because they selling stuff, but just because the path that they've made in this community and how they broke through to become entrepreneurs. And we know that some people out there want to know. Like a lot of people, they have passion to do something. Everybody don't want to go in and punch a clock every day. Some people want to work for themselves. They want to do things that they feel like they got. So sometimes when you hear a success story of someone that you probably know, and you probably don't know how they got to where they got to, or the challenges, sometimes you can feel that it can be done. So we'll have them on there. Go ahead.
Not only that, if we can bring awareness to some of the black businesses, and if we can do them like we do some of this other stuff in the city, man. And I'll just give an example. JB go in the group just to talk trash to the people, but the Best Eats Jacksonville group.
I do too.
Talk about eating.
Hey,
Go ahead.
you be in there every day.
AED.
So listen, hey, you can't live without them, dog. AED.
Appetizers,
entrees, and desserts. Anyway, listen, let me tell you, these people go in there, and it seems like they choose one person per month to jump on board with them, and they push their business by saying, "Oh, it's good. It can be. I ain't gonna even touch. It
Yeah,
can
I
be
ain't
trash."
gonna get nobody no free press. Cause
What I'm saying is,
It'll be trash. Just go ahead and say it's trash.
what I'm saying is how they big up a business.
Bro, it's just like a talent show, bro.
It be
It's
black
just like a talent
businesses.
show, bro. You
They
bring
rush it.
whoever got the biggest family, that's who's gonna win the talent show.
Exactly.
And they
Show
rush
them
that
man
person
every
for the
time.
money.
in that group, and then tell everybody realize it was trash.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So
They
whoever
got
the
played.
biggest
They got
family,
hit with the banana
we'll have
tailpipe.
30, 40 people come, and your baby can't sing. Your baby still can't sing.
But guess what?
You know what I'm
Your
saying?
baby can't sing, but they made 10,000 because everybody showed up.
Right.
That's fine.
So that's
I mean,
it's just a
So what I'm
popularity
saying
contest.
is, if it was something else, like our platform, and we bring somebody on, they're gonna be reputable for one. So
True.
if
They're gonna
we-
be open on Mondays too.
Yeah,
Unless they work at a barbershop.
I was gonna say barbershop be closed on Monday.
But you wouldn't know
I was
anything
just
about that.
to say that.
We were saying.
Anyway.
But next week, man, we may
You
have
need
a
to go
special
back to
guest.
him,
We ain't
too.
gonna tell we ain't gonna say who it is right now. We're gonna wait. We're gonna do some
You're great,
some
Sean.
what?
Nothing. Keep going. You said the person next week. Go ahead.
We
Great.
ain't
You said great,
shut
Sean.
up.
All right.
We ain't gonna say who it is right now. We're gonna do some research. We're gonna have a special guest on next week.
That's
we'll
cold
let
before
you
we
know.
waiting for the right person.
This we're just waiting on that phone call.
Man, this season we're gonna have a lot of people on, man. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
have
gonna
some
talk about
fun,
some
man.
different stuff, man. We have some fun. Thank y'all for
Hey.
listening again.
We're gonna give a disclaimer right quick though. If you do come on here, we letting you know the name of our show is Petty Lives Matter.
Facts.
So that's the disclaimer right there. We might say something that's an unpopular opinion. Just get up on board. We're gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
Or just leave, because we okay with that too.
No, don't
We ain't
listen
okay
to
with
him.
it.
Don't listen to him. Don't
Hey,
listen to him.
those are the thoughts of Kurt Son, Ebo.
Hey, that is my thoughts. I think I'm saying if we say something that you can't talk on, just leave.
Do not pull an AB on us. Do not walk out. Don't pull a Rick Ross on us. Don't walk out on our podcast.
We got to do it on the podcast right now that don't
No, we
talk when
gotta
we talk
talk
about
about
certain
that.
subjects.
We gotta talk about that.
We
gotta
ta-
talk about
we
that.
talk about it today.
Not tonight.
We talked about it today.
You skirted today,
JB
and
saved
you
me,
started it. Yeah, JB saved you today.
and I appreciate it.
That's what friends is for.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Go get out of
We
here.
ain't leaving just because you want us to leave. No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Hey,
Kurt been over with.
Hey, look, hold on. Fire like he's gonna roll the chords over.
hey, man, shout out to our producer, man. 305. He still got 305 by
on the
Luke.
Gunshine State Podcast. Network.
Bow, bow, bow.
We got you, dog.
Hey, where them raggedy gunshots at right there? Put them in there right there. Don't even worry about it.
doing
You
that.
put them in later.
Pew, pew.
He still got 3-0 by Ludo, but that's okay.
Come on, man. You finna get that man
My
exact.
dog said I put this green nigga in a box. Hulu? Don't worry about it. That went over your head. Go ahead. Let's get out there. Don't worry about it.
Lou 3-0.
Bars.
Lou 3-0, dog.
Hey.
I'm with you, Five.
Hey, man, next week we will see y'all. We signing off right now. This is Kersan.
This is Chuck.
This is JB. Petty Levert.
Hey, man.
Nigga had to
This
go
big
with this song.
Dame, man.
I thought Dame
Hey,
was
listen.
for me, man.
Nah, you know
He
I
was,
got-
but you know he got to say a little quote.
My bad. Go ahead.
Hey, life has many different chapters. One bad chapter doesn't mean it's the end of the book. Y'all be easy.
Unless you was in chapter 1.
Stay petty.
Yo.
Yo.